お前は強いから人を助けろ。
So, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Episode 17. Probably the greatest Jujutsu Kaisen episode. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, calling so many episodes as the best this season, but seriously, I promise this is the last time. Unless. The highest amount of praise I can give to this episode is the fact that this episode reminded me of the first time I watched Mob Psycho Season 2 Episode 5, which was one of the greatest anime episodes of all time. And this episode of JJK managed to give me the same feeling while watching it, which is insane to think about, considering the episode was clearly unfinished in certain areas and some key animators were talking about working on the episode before the day it aired. The episode had one of the most stacked list of staff members working on it, with people such as Miso, Wei Lin Zhang and Vincent fucking Chansard working on it, along with rumors that this episode was going to be visually better than episode 16, made it one of the most hyped up JJK episodes. All of that hype would then crash down a few days before the episode aired because JJK started having a production breakdown with some of the biggest names in the industry complaining about MAPPA's inhumane work conditions, which caused a lot of people to be ready for a half-baked episode that would probably one of the most disappointing anime episodes of all time, with such an insane lineup of staff members working on it. But the fucking goats who worked on the episode managed to deliver us one of the most visually ambitious and incredible anime episodes of all time. And in my opinion, easily the greatest Jujutsu Kaisen episode, which I don't think will be topped, at least visually, because of the conditions the JJK production is at. And before talking further about this episode, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single staff member who worked on this absolutely incredible episode in such shitty work conditions. Starting off, I want to get done with my nitpick out of the way, and that is the fact that they played the fucking opening song during Hyuji's breakdown. This was certainly a choice, and I don't know if it was a good one. I saw some people saying they liked it because it's from the perspective of Sukuna playing the opening to make fun of Yuji's despair, but personally I would have preferred the music to be absolutely silent and carried by Junya Enoki's amazing voice acting. Still, I wouldn't mind it in this episode as long as we see it reanimated in the next episode, along with some of the missing lines from Yuji's monologue and some better music like they did for Toji's scene in episode 15. Now that I'm done with my only nitpick, aside from some issues that stem from the staff not having enough time to polish the episode, time to talk about some of the incredible stuff that's in this episode. Starting off, we see Megumi summon Mahoraga, or should I say Makura. And in case some of you guys don't remember, this technique has been foreshadowed in season 1 5 to 6 freaking times already. And we finally get to see what exactly is this trump card that comes at the cost of his life, and it did not disappoint at all. And showing a flashback where Gojo said the previous 6 Eyes user like him fought with a 10 Shadows user like Megumi, and they both ended up dying, just makes you realize how insane this trump card truly is. Then we begin the visual spectacle that is Sukuna versus Mahoraga. And I have something to tell you guys, and that's the fact that my jaw has been missing for a few days because it fell to the fucking floor watching this episode. But before we continue, I would really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more Jujutsu Kaisen and just anime content in general. Moving on. Seriously, what the hell did I just get to witness? And the fact that the episode was rushed to be completed makes it even more insane. I can't even begin to imagine what would have been delivered to us if the animators got proper time to work on the freaking episode. The episode was pure fucking animation. And similarly to the previous episode, I can see some people saying they don't like it, but You just can't deny how well animated it truly is. There is so much movement in every single cut of the episode, and you can see the amount of passion and hard work that went into making this episode in such a short amount of time. Also, I forgot to mention, but this fight is only a fraction of what it was in the fucking manga. The entire fight is almost completely different from the manga. They added so much anime original stuff to the fight, it's insane to think about. It's to a point where some of the most iconic panels from the manga completely different, and I haven't seen a single person complain about that. But by far, my favorite part about this fight has to be the way they show just how much damage and destruction Sukuna is causing, and seeing civilians just dropping like flies from buildings, an entire floor of people getting killed by their fight, a fucking plane falling from the sky. Seriously, what the fuck is even going on anymore? And all of this damage, death and destruction leads into the final scene of the episode where Sukuna switches back, leaving Yuji there to witness everything he's done to Shibuya. And the only thing Yuji can see far and wide is just darkness. There's literally nothing left, and a huge chunk of Shibuya is just gone. And then comes Yuji's breakdown, which was one of my favorite scenes from the arc while reading it, solidifying Sukuna as the antagonist of the series who absolutely cannot be redeemed. Bro literally told Yuji to take a good look at what him being alive has caused, leaving Yuji with the guilt of it all and him thinking that he has to get back up and keep fighting, otherwise he'll just be a murderer. Is one of my favorite Yuji moments and shows whenever Jjk does decide to focus on Yuji, he always cooks up peak. Last thing I wanted to talk about was some of my favorite sequences from the episode, but there's just so many that it would literally take hours to talk about them. But I just have to mention Saucelot's animation of Mahoraga and all the cuts from Vincent Chan's art from the episode, especially the moment where Mahoraga is in the water. Those scenes were just too fucking good not to mention. With all that being said though, if you guys watched the video this far, I really appreciate it, and leaving a like on the video would mean a lot. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below. Have a nice rest of your day, and hopefully see you guys in my next video.